Comté and ham crepes are a classic French recipe. The sweet nuttiness of Comté is a perfect counterpoint to the savory ham. These crepes are surprisingly easy to whip together, and they're sure to be a big hit with your entire family. One of the most important steps when you're making crepes is to preheat your pan. This is going to ensure that the first crepe isn't a throwaway. So I'm just gonna put my pan onto low heat and add a drizzle of vegetable oil and let this preheat for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'll make my crepe batter. I have 3 eggs, 1 cup of milk, a ½ cup of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, give that a good whisk, and then 1 cup of flour. Just beat this until combined, and then last but not least, some melted butter. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. This will add a lot of flavor. Now you just want to beat this until it's a nice smooth batter. And that's done. Now it's been about 10 minutes. My pan is nice and preheated. I'm just going to wipe out the oil in the pan and then turn the heat up to medium. Now I have a 12-inch nonstick skillet and I'm going to cook a 1/3 cup of batter at a time. So I'm just going to use my measuring cup and add a 1/3 of a cup of batter to the pan, and then just tilt and twirl the pan to evenly coat the bottom. And let this cook for a couple minutes until the bottom is nice and golden. Oh, that looks beautiful. Now I'm just gonna use my fingers and give it a flip. Now let this cook another minute or 2 until golden on the other side. Now the crepe is looking gorgeous. I'm just gonna slide this off onto a cooling rack and I'll cook the rest of my batter. You can even cook the crepes ahead of time. After they've cooled, slide them into a large zip-top bag, put them in the fridge until you're ready to finish the recipe. Now it's time for the fun part, the filling. Now some traditional recipes are made using a Comté bechamel or a cream sauce, but this version is even easier and it's great for kids. So I've already shredded 2 cups of Comté. Now you can either use a younger Comté, which tends to be more fruity and lactic and caramelly, or an older Comté, which is a little more nutty and intense, whatever you like. I'm gonna put about a 1/4 cup of the cheese in the center of a crepe and then top it with a slice or 2 of ham. You wanna use a good quality ham. And now fold in the sides and then fold in the tops. This is a great job for kids. Place this seam side down on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Now pop these into a 350-degree oven for about 8 to 10 minutes until the cheese is melted. And if you want even more Comté flavor, you can sprinkle a little extra cheese on top before they go in the oven. The crepes are nice and hot, and the tops are just a little bit crispy. I'm gonna slide one onto a plate and I'll cut into it. Oh, look at all that melted Comté. This looks so good. Whether you have this for lunch, dinner, or as an afternoon snack, it's sure to transport you to a cafe in France. For this and more Comté cheese recipes, visit www.comte-usa.com.